Hey y'all, it's Amanda, and I want to fill this space right here with gorgeous, drought-tolerant perennial plants. But in reality, this is a huge space, and from what you can't see is it goes another 30 feet that way and another 50 feet that way. And sure, I can totally go to the nursery and buy all the plants that I need, but in reality, that's not something I can really afford. So today, I'm going to start growing these plants myself from seed. We're going to start with 4 drought-tolerant, pollinator-friendly plants that are all perennials, and we're going to be starting them from seed inside. So over the next few months, watch me change this bigger in space right here into a beautiful perennial garden. Okay, so we are going to be focusing on 4 different varieties today. The 4 different varieties we're going to be doing are Rose Queen Salvia, Mystica Penstemon, Grand View Nepeta, and Bolero Agastache. And all of these were purchased from Swallowtail Garden Seeds. I am not affiliated with them in any way. I don't receive a discount, anything like that. I pay the same as y'all. I love the quality. I love the price. Very happy with all of my business over multiple years with them. So if you want to check them out, great. If you want to pick these up at another place, no big deal. All right, we're going to start by going ahead and getting the trays filled with soil. Now, the soil I'm using today is going to look different than what I typically use. I typically use Burger BM7. However, I'm out and I haven't been out that direction for a while. But I do have indoor potting mix left over from a project, which I know it seems totally random. But I mean, I'm already done with the project and this is just left over, and this will work just fine for seed starting. So I'm basically going to go through, I'm going to break up any hard pieces in it. But this actually looks pretty good. And then one of the things that I've been doing as of late is I should have dumped this in here first, is I have been straining my soil, my Burger BM7. And I've been straining it for any time I'm using it for seed starting. And I just help that this stuff is so dry that it's just going everywhere. I find that this helps get out the larger bits in here, which makes this a little bit more fine, which is really good for seed starting. And then all the bigger chunks I just save. I actually used a lot of the bigger chunks for potting up a couple of weeks ago, which was nice. But let me bring you in closer as we start filling these trays. Okay, so we're going to be utilizing my favorite seed starting trays, which are basically just Amazon trays. And they only have 6 seed cells in each. So I'm just going to come through, adding in the soil and gently pressing it down. And yes, I am starting with dry soil. I'll show you what that looks like. Oh my gosh, this is so dry, it's going everywhere. I have another bag of indoor potting mix too. This one happens to be a different variety or a different brand. I don't use the seed starting mix. It doesn't work for the dry soil method that I like to use, but you certainly can. I just suggest using whatever you feel works for you. That's what you should do. And don't be afraid to try out some different things. Okay, let's start with Rose Queen Salvia. This beautiful perennial produces tall spikes of rosy purple flowers above fragrant green foliage and blooms for months with minimal care. It's hardy in zones 4 through 8, and it grows about 18 to 24 inches tall and thrives in full sun. Okay, let's start with Rose Queen Salvia. I love a salvia for my garden, especially the area that I'm going to be putting this in. One thing I love about this particular seed is that it's surface sow. And after starting so many seeds over the years, I now know how amazing surface sow is. Now, there are 50 seeds in here, and I'm going to be seeding all of them. And I'm just going to come through and drop a couple in each cell. If I have really great germination, I can separate these out into multiple plants. But I'm doing this new thing where I'm trying not to save seeds for like years on end where they don't germinate as well. And truthfully, even if I only get 12 plants out of this one particular seed packet, it's still a massive savings for me. So I just drop those all in their surface sow, and I'm just going to come across and gently press down to make sure that they have really great contact with the soil. It's as simple and easy as that. Next, I'm going to take a water reservoir, fill it up 50% of the way. Drop in my seed cells, and it will take a few minutes to soak up because this soil is so dry. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and label it with Rose Queen Salvia, today's date, and the number of days till germination. And I'm just going to put this aside for right now while it's continuing to soak up the water, and we'll put a top on it at a later point. In fact, since that's taking so long, I'm just going to go ahead and get all of these started. That happens when the soil is super dry, which is one of the reasons I don't like to use the seed starting mix, because it doesn't really work with this method. The typical method is just, to go ahead and pre-moisten your soil prior to putting it in the seed cells. I don't know what it is about me, but I don't like it. So this way works so much better for me. But if you'll watch this one, this soil is a little bit more moist, so you'll see that this one soaks up way faster. These other ones will take a little bit of time to get there. Okay, let's talk about germination requirements for Rose Queen Salvia. It needs to be at about 68 to 72 degrees, which is about the ambient temperature of my home. So I do not need to put it on a heating pad. Now, it takes 14 to 21 days to germinate, quite a while, so you're going to need to be patient. And it is surface sow, which we did already, making sure that it has plenty of light, because light is a requirement for it to germinate. These lights will be on 14 hours a day. You need minimum 12 hours a day. You can go up to 16 hours a day. 14 seems to work really, really well for me. You will need to keep the lid on the entire time while you're waiting for it to germinate, as well as checking the soil to make sure that it is staying moist. If it looks dry, add a little bit more water. Okay, now let's start something a little bit different. Mystica Penstemon combines deep burgundy foliage with soft lavender pink flower spikes that hummingbirds can't resist. It's hardy in zones 5 through 9, and it grows 24 to 36 inches tall and performs best in full sun with well-draining soil. All right, next we're going to do Mystica Penstemon. And this one is also surface, so there are 50 seeds in here. Once again, I'm going to go ahead and sow all of them in these cells. Like I said, if it goes really, really well, then I can separate out these seedlings when I'm doing the potting up stage. These are tiny, y'all. Look how little those are. So we're just going to do a little sprinkle. All right, and then I'm just going to very gently push them down, making sure they have great contact. Now, this is the part with surface sow. When you're pushing down, if the soil's wet, then the seeds stick to you. But the soil's not wet yet, so which works really good. All right, we'll go ahead and label that one. And since it's sunk all the way down, we'll go ahead and put its lid on, making sure that the dial is closed. All right, Mystica Penstemon is 65 to 70 degrees in order to germinate. So the ambient temperature of my house is 68 to 72. So it does not need to go on a heat mat. It takes 10 to 21 days to germinate. We did surface sow again on this, and it does require light in order to germinate. So once again, it's going to be under these lights 14 hours a day. Let's add a pollinator favorite to the garden by starting with View Nepeta from seed. Its soft blue-purple flowers and aromatic gray-green foliage create a relaxed cottage garden feel while attracting bees and butterflies. It's hardy in zones 4 through 8, and it grows about 18 to 24 inches tall, and it's wonderfully drought tolerant once established. All right, next we're going to do View Nepeta, and now there are a ton of seeds in here because this was a 1/4 gram. I'm not going to be sowing all of these, but I'm kind of tempted to perhaps do another. I might do another. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this one, and then I think I'll do one more. I'll do 2 things of these because Nepeta is great. So I'm just coming across and gently adding a few seeds to the top of each of these. Go ahead and press them down, making sure they have good contact with the soil. And these benefit from a light layer of vermiculite over the top, not much, just a little bit. It just helps maintain the moisture around these seeds, which tend to dry out a little bit quicker. And once I've done that, I'll just clean off the edges and then go ahead and put the dome on, making sure the dial is closed. All right, Grand View Nepeta is 68 to 72 degrees to germinate. Once again, the ambient temperature of my home, so it does not need a heat mat for it. It is 10 to 20 days to germinate. We barely covered it with a little bit of vermiculite. The light is helpful but not essential, so you can have less light when germinating the Nepeta. Since I've already got my lights on, I'm just going to go ahead and add it under there with everything else. If you love hummingbirds and butterflies, Bolero Agastache deserves a spot in your garden. This vibrant perennial produces rich burgundy pink purple blooms above fragrant foliage and blooms for months through the heat of the summer. Hardy in zones 5 through 9, it grows 18 to 24 inches tall and thrives in full sun with well-draining soil. Okay, next up is Bolero Agastache, and there are only 20 seeds in this particular packet, and I am going to sow all 20 seeds, but I need to make sure that I get at least one in all of them. It's not just a simple sprinkle like the other ones. This is also surface sow, so we'll put them each in their place, and then I'll gently press them down to make sure they have really great contact. I can't emphasize how important it is for these seeds to have good contact with the soil. Once we're done with that, we'll go ahead and label it and put the lid on top. And finally, the Bolero Agastache. Its temperature is 70 to 75 degrees. And since my home can get down to 68, maybe a little bit cooler in the evenings, I am going to go ahead and place it on a heat mat, making sure that it gets the heat that it needs in order to germinate. It's about 10 to 20 days to germinate. It was surface sow again, just like all the other varieties, and light is required, so it will get minimum 12 hours of lights a day is what you need to do. Mine is 14 hours a day. Okay, and it says easy as that. And truthfully, all of these will grow throughout the summer. It's too hot for me to do a lot of gardening outside anyway. And getting these started during the summer is going to give me an opportunity this fall to take all of these plants that I grew for just a few dollars and be planting them outside in that new pollinator garden. All right, you all, I hope you guys enjoyed starting those 4 seeds with me. I have another video coming up where I'm going to be starting another 5 different varieties of perennial plants for this space. And I'm also going to be starting all of my annuals for the fall from seed. Seed saving saves me a ton of money, and it really allows me to have a big, beautiful garden at a small price, which works way better for my budget for a family of 5. Thanks so much for joining me today. As always, she's a mad gardener or a decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.